Today we're nomading about China's equivalent of the Circle K.
We're going to buy some snacks and answer some of your questions. Potato chips are always good. I'm not sure about shrimp.
I don't know, I heard shrimp was good.
Question their advertising too sometimes. Okay, these look interesting.
What are they?
Well, my Chinese isn't good enough to read that, and I have no idea what it even looks like.
Okay, let's try those.
Well, we're in tropical island, so we've got to try dried squid.
Oh, really?
Yeah, sorry. And of course this.
Oh.
I can read that, it says fish.
Oh.
So I really like these green peas, but I'm not sure about beef flavored.
Yikes.
Maybe not.
Where's the chocolate?
Alright, there's some sweets over here.
What about those cakes?
How about some potato chips? Mexican tomato chicken flavor.
Okay. What about those cakes?
These are some of my favorites.
Okay.
So
Try
we'll do those.
Chocolate and cake.
Dried fruits. I've never seen dried kiwi before, so I'll give that a shot. And one of my favorites are these little dried potato French fry things. Can't go wrong with those in Asia.
Homage to Oreo. Okay, so we're here on the patio of our Airbnb with the ocean behind us in between those two buildings. And we're going to start trying our snacks while we answer some questions. So
Yes.
Let's pick up the first snack.
Well, we're going to start with this one because we opened it last night, and this illustrates really well one of the things you got to be aware of when you're getting snacks. So we thought these were going to be like lifesavers, and suck on them and whatever, and they're packaged just like you would expect in the U.S. to see a lifesaver, but expectations are everything.
So first of all, they're cherry. They're supposed to be cherry, and they're these little thin like wafers, which are really popular here. I think they were called Hawthorne or something somewhere, maybe. But I've been sucking on a lot of sucky candies here because the pollution's so bad, so it helps to keep your throat moist, and the boys have been eating all of my candy, so we went and got these.
These, not only are they not lifesavers, but you don't suck on them, you have to chew them.
And they're
not
like
bad.
Cardboard.
Kim doesn't like them, but I had a few last night.
We'll be taking them back with him to do.
All right.
So
be aware of the packaging. It's not always what you think it's going to be. So.
Oh, we need water. I'm gonna.
Our next one here.
I'm gonna go get water.
Mexican tomato chicken flavor potato chips. Lots of very interesting potato chip flavors in Asia.
And that scares me.
So
that whole description
I gotta say, it smells
scares
like
me.
regular potato chips. Survey says.
Making them eat first.
It's fine until you get the flavor. I'm getting a heavy tomato flavor on that.
What first?
And I'm glad you got the water.
At first, I thought it was like barbecue. But
Yeah,
it's not.
It's not. It starts out okay, but rapidly deteriorates. So let's get something a little more
Kim-friendly.
Yeah, more Western friendly. So dried fruit, not uncommon, but I really see kiwis a lot. So we thought we'd try dried kiwi. Feel confident about this.
Oh my god, these are so good. They don't taste like kiwi though.
No.
Lied.
Okay, so that's another no. But
It tastes like fish.
it's something different.
Okay, don't do it. Oh my god, what is wrong with these people?
Well, we're going to jump into something that we're almost certain is going to be not to our liking. So this is
He is making me do this, but I'm going to make him go first.
dried squid.
We're saving these from last.
We like those.
I haven't had them though.
A little dried squid to start.
I don't know if I can.
Just have a tiny bit.
This is how much you need me.
Well, I'm not going to have much more. So, here it goes. It's chewy and it's squiddy.
Do I have to?
Nope.
Nope. He gave me a pass. So far we are 0 for 4.
I'm not a big fan of fish, so it's not really a fair taste. But
what do we have? Oh.
Well,
can we do, what are these? Those look maybe like, we don't really know what they are.
Yeah, they are date-ish looking type of fish.
So I'm hoping they're sweet.
Fruit's much safer, obviously, than some other things. There you go.
Okay, here.
So, this is what they look like.
And they're, yeah.
Starting out good.
How do you eat it? There's like, it's like hard in the middle.
So, I don't love these, but they're not bad. I'm going to have a second one.
What's this? Do we eat that?
No, that would be the pit.
Did you not eat the pit?
Mine didn't. First one didn't have one. Second one does.
Oh, so you tried to booby trap me.
So. Excuse me. They're not great, and now they've got a pit.
And they're inconvenient.
So. It's another no.
I'm trying to decide about these. They don't have a bad taste. They don't really have a.
It's an interesting. It's
like
almost like a date flavor, but not
it has
quite.
a little saltiness to it. It's like the comment they're trying to combine salt and sweet, I think.
But it's that pit that the pit's really like it's like broken and small, so it's in pieces, almost like a fish bone.
Okay, so it's a Get rid of that. Now my hands are all sticky.
All right.
Sorry.
So can't go wrong with these. I actually eat these quite a bit. I shouldn't say a lot, but they're just like they're dried dried French fries. So it's like a potato chip, elongated.
Elongated?
Well,
we're not answering questions.
No.
Oh.
So these are a nice, bland, like. You don't like these?
They have a odd flavor, like
Yeah, there's a little tang to them, but they're not bad.
I just wanted something bland at this point.
Close as you'll get.
You'll get to eat those. Okay, so first of all, people, are we just going to answer questions at the end?
Yeah, we'll do that. We haven't done it.
Okay, I guess we're just.
All right, our next one is. Well, I've taken it down already, but I can read this. It says fish.
Oh no!
Here it is. So.
What are you doing to me? He bought that knowing.
Clearly a piece of fish. I don't know what type though.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Gosh, I know.
So he's saving me from that one too. He did not pick good snacks. I would have just hung out in the.
And I can't eat that one. Sorry.
Oh.
Normally I can eat most things. I know what I like. I know what I don't like. And that I don't like.
I think I would have hung out in the more like the. I was trying to get him to buy a box of cakes. And,
That's too easy. This is the easy way out right here.
Okay, so now we get the goodness. He says
Orion pie.
Are these? Do we know Orion pie? Is that like an American thing?
I don't know it from America, but I do know these from Asia, different countries. They're popular and they're pretty decent.
Oh, it's like they're not as good as I had hoped, but they're okay. They look much better in the picture.
Well, of course.
They remind me of like something hostessy. Like,
yeah, they're a little bit like those old ding dongs with a little bit of.
Well, not ding dongs. There was some sort of pie thingy. It's sort of messy.
Okay, I'll finish this.
Okay. I can give or take them. I was a little excited for them, and I think I'm slightly disappointed.
I'm excited with these. I'll finish those out.
Okay, so since we started this little journey in videoing. We've had a lot of questions from people, so we thought we'd just sort of try to answer them real quick. We thought we'd do it during snacks, but we forgot. So one of the questions is, how can we afford this? Well, so first of all, we sold most of our stuff except for, you know, family heirlooms and all of that. We don't have any home base right now. And we have one car that our youngest son has at university that's completely paid for. So our bills are minimal, and we are working full time. So I'm working full time as a freelance writer. I can do my work anywhere.
And I work as a university professor at different universities around the world. And those are usually shorter term semesters than we're used to in the U.S. So one of the reasons we're in China is I'm on my 3-month semester here in China, which wraps up shortly.
Yep.
And move on.
And then the next question. Oh, did you want to go on?
I was going to say, you know, our expenses are what we would have normally if we had a single place that we were staying. So rather than paying a rent or a mortgage, we're paying an Airbnb, as an example. So our next question, people want to know, well, what about the kids?
So we have them, 2 of them.
Two boys.
They're young adults. Obviously, they still need us. Our youngest is at university in Tucson, and he obviously is in school most of the year, but we arrange our travel around his breaks and holidays and what he wants to do during that time. So, in fact, next weekend I head back to the United States to be with him for Thanksgiving, and then we'll probably be in the U.S. Over the winter break because that's what he wants to do, although we're trying to talk him into going to Belize. Right. We'll see.
And I'll have to miss Thanksgiving since obviously they don't have Thanksgiving in China, so I'm actually giving a final on Thanksgiving Day. And bad for me and bad for the kids.
And our oldest is a poker dealer and a fellow adventurer, so we're actually just been spending time with him here in China. He works for periods of time and then travels and works for periods of time. So
he's got it made.
Yeah. I wish I would have known that when I was younger.
So how do we plan on where we're going next is another question. So that was kind of explained a little bit. Our kids drive it quite a bit, actually. So as an example, we said our youngest, who's at university, he said he wanted to go to Belize at one point, so that was the plan. That's changed a bit, but so we want the kids to be involved as much as possible, and that helps with the planning. Which
kills our parents because our kids don't make decisions very quickly, so we often don't know where we're going next. And
good.
The other driver, obviously, is where we are and where it's cheap to go next. Right. So we, instead of letting the destination drive our next location, we let price drive our next location. So we do that a lot. And we actually have a blog on how we find cheap fares and stuff on the blog, so you can go check that
out. Climate's also a driver. So
yes.
We don't love the colds, we love the warmth and the beach. But obviously things like northern China and the Great Wall we want to see, so we try to do those when it's warmer.
Exactly.
Another question, what are the rules? Like, or which countries do we go to? Or
maybe more like conditions or parameters or something like that. So
number one is we have to be together to count it as a country.
As one of our 60.
So for example, in the next couple of weeks, our oldest son's going to be in India. So I'm going to meet him there for a couple of weeks, but Kim will be in the U.S. So we won't count India on this trip because we're not together.
And then the other thing is we might post some videos individually from countries if we're in different places, but we won't count it as one of our 60 countries.
Exactly. Which brings us to another point, is we've been to a lot of countries together and between us.
I think almost 60 countries between us.
Right. But so we don't count those obviously because we weren't doing the project, but we will revisit those countries together.
Or some of them.
Some of them, probably most of them, and then and count those towards our 60 together.
Then the other thing too is we are not interested in going to a country just to check it off the list. Right. We really want to try to spend some time now, and to remember that I'm working, so I literally have a full-time job. So we need to spend some time there in order to get a feel for the country, meet local people, live with the locals, sort of
understand
get that
the culture
experience.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
So we don't want to just pop in and pop out. Although there will be some countries that will be shorter in duration just because of the nature of the country, but
right, the size of them and what have you, island nations, and yeah, that's the thing. We're not here to just sightsee. What drives me is understanding the culture a little bit better and seeing how people live and what's happening in the country. Which kind of brings into how people ask us, doesn't it get old living out of a suitcase? And it does, which is why we want to stay in places a little bit longer.
Yeah, which really helps. So I have got packing and unpacking down to a T. So we get into a place, we stay for a while, we unpack, we make it our home, we cook locally, we eat out, but we cook in our place, those kinds of things.
Exactly. So one of the big questions we also get asked is, do we miss the U.S.? And it's kind of a mixed bag on that. I miss, it's where we grew up, it's our country, so we miss it in those parts, and our friends and our family, obviously. But on the other hand, for us, the U.S. is a little dull because we've lived there our whole life. We're very used to it. We understand the culture really well. And we like the adventure of being in different cultures. So it's nice to come back to the U.S., but when we're away, I wouldn't say I miss it very much.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes, this week I did. The internet here has been really awful, and there's been some other inconveniences that I sort of wish I was home for. But, for the most part, I go home enough that I don't think we get to the point where we miss it.
We're back every few months, so it's not like we're gone for years at a time.
Plus, I think, as much grief as Facebook gets, it really keeps us connected with people and things going on back home, so it's not like we are sort of just in the dark. And,
Right, we're communicating, with our parents sometimes on a daily basis through video, and it's keeping up with what's going on with everybody. All right. Okay, well that's it for most of the big questions that we've been asked, and as we get more questions, we'll set up another time like this. So feel free to chat with us and ask us questions, and we're happy to answer them.
And remember, if you want to get a postcard from us every month, head over to nomadingabout.com/postcard. I'll have a link down below in the description, and we will see you